So for some of the biomechanics of the hip socket, we can look back to the law of concavity and convexity that I've explained elsewhere. And you can start to think about, it's a ball joint and it's concave and convex, so there must be a roll and slide effect. Now, if I'm moving the femur, what we're going to have is an opposite roll slide effect. So what this basically turns into is if I lift the leg up, so go ahead and try that, stand up, and you might use your arch imagery along with that suction so you can balance more easily, and then I'm rolling my right leg up. So if I hold my left hand out like it's the acetabular socket, I can put my right hand into a fist, and this would be the head of the femur. So oftentimes I do this, I'll kind of crook my arm as though it were a femur, and I'll put it in there. But that makes it a little weird to move. So that's like nice kind of image just to see how this kind of is shaped. But then if I move, I probably won't do that. I'll just imagine the head. And now what is going to happen is that you can imagine now that that ball is going to roll back as you're lifting the femur. But along with that, there's going to be a slide and settle downwards, which makes sense because you're lifting the weight up, it would tend to slide back and down. So we've talked about a similar effect in the arm, and you can imagine it now in the leg. So see what it feels like, and I'm going to actually add the suction image because I find this really helps with this new movement, that the femur head is rolling back and now it's dropping down and back. You want to make sure you're not actually doing this, right? A lot of the images, they aren't really about doing, they're about feeling, about passively sort of allowing them to happen, seeing if they resonate or speak to you in the moment. But I'm going to lift the leg and allow, it's sort of like the line of the femur, is dropping the ball back and down into the socket. So you imagine that as you lift your leg, the line of this femur is dropping down, and if it's that high, it's down towards the sit bone, right? But it's like the ball is becoming more congruent in the socket, right? It's rolling up and then sliding down. So go ahead and try that a few times. See that ball, feel the suction of the negative pressure, and imagine a slide down and back, slide down and back, slide down and back, slide down and back. You might swing the leg in different directions, and then as it comes up, down and back, down and back, down and back. Play with that for a while, notice any changes or differences in sensation or function, and then switch sides. So now I would have my right hand as the left acetabular socket and my left hand as the left femur head. And imagine how that's rolling. And then as I lift the leg, the ball will drop down and back that direction, sinking more deeply into that socket, right? So I have this socket, you can imagine it very big, and the whole ball of the femur is rolling this way, and then it's resting down, and I'm sort of catching it with the bottom parts of the socket, right? As the leg extends up that way, you can see it in that big sort of way, oftentimes a magnified image. Really thinking about the weight of something, the inertia of it will help me when I'm embodying. So imagining that ball rolling back and then sliding down and back into the socket, and it kind of comes out a little bit and then down and back, out, down and back. So you can lift the leg high and touch the sit bone and then touch the knee, and I'm pushing on my knee in the line of my femur towards my sit bone. And that's sort of the line that ball is traveling. So the ball is rolling and then down and back, roll down and back, roll down and back. And then I can swing that leg just like before, but I have a microphone in my leg, so I won't swing that one as much. But you can try that as well. On the first leg, where I'm touching the sit bone, and then hand on the kneecap, and I'm just pressing along the line of the femur, so I can feel a little bit of that down and back, down and back. So yeah, lastly, try this hand image, because I like this one as well. So here I'm mimicking the roll of the femur head as the leg goes back, and then as it comes around, I'm dropping down and back, almost like a like a tail. They had this toy when I was a kid. I don't remember. Oh, foxtail, I think it was what it was called. And it was like a soft sort of rubber ball with this fabric tail, right? And it was long. It was about 2 or 3 feet, and you could spin it like a bullwhip or something, and then whoom, and throw it and launch that thing really far. And then when you caught it, you'd reach out and you can shoom, and you'd grab the tail, and it'll be sliding through your hands, and you'd grab the tail and throw it back. So it's sort of like that. I'm going foxtail, right? It's going roll and back, roll and back, roll and back, roll and back. And then I'm kind of starting to reverse it now. Roll and back, roll and back. So play with that and enjoy. If you enjoyed this video, sign up for the InBody Space newsletter and share the link with a friend. You can also find original content on Facebook and Instagram.